Last year's Nexus 5X and 6P amazing cameras. Pixel has some big shoes to fill on top of competing with other flagship shooters on the market. So Google went for the newest Sony IMX sensor 2.0 12.3 megapixel shooter in the rear with phase detection autofocus, which doesn't sound astounding on paper, but after some time with it, we can let you know it actually does live up to the high DxO Mark score of 89. It could definitely kind of be considered amongst the S7s and the iPhones. I know it's something to say, but you know, the photos that I've taken with it are actually pretty good. Whether you're in HDR Plus or Auto HDR Plus or Standard, you can get fast, good quality photos damn near 9 times out of 10. On the video side, you can record 1080p at 30 or 60 frames per second, and then 4K 60 frames per second. Google went to add some more controls to it too, so you have a bit more control in regards to when you're taking a photo. So you now have exposure compensation without having to do any like tricks or tapping the hole and all that silly stuff. The white balance, this stuff is now actually part of the screen. And then lastly, they added 2 new shooting features. This one is really 1.5. So Smart Burst kind of bursts photos at 10 frames per second and creates a GIF out of them. That's something that kind of happens with Google Photos, but they made sure to do it within the phone or within the phone's camera software. And then also you have Lens Blur, which allows you to recreate shallow depth of field via software. Overall, it's a nice maturation of the Google camera app and its abilities. Now, when taking photos, I was able to get some good quality photos where you can see a lot of detail, good color reproduction, and you know, was from the phone display as well as, you know, you go look on Google Photos on the desktop. It's actually pretty amazing. I did notice that sometimes it will take like certain, like if it's a night shot, it would like kind of like blur out the, maybe slightly overexpose the lights a little bit, so it'd be like a big blur, like somebody smeared the lights. But it's not insanely done. So on that part, I can definitely agree with the high DxO score. So that's actually really well. On the video side of things, as image stabilization, but it's not like optical. It's a weird take on integrating the phone's gyroscope to kind of stabilize it, and it sounds funky, but it actually works. It works for the most part. Of course, OIS would probably be a little more get better results, but this one works really well. This is actually a nice substitute. So it's an interesting take on what they've done with camera software. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Take care.